Hello everyone and welcome back. So in this video I wanted to talk about the rendering process and what it takes to render this large amount of geometry, because when we use points we can instance data to them at render time, and it can be efficient, but it's not guaranteed in all cases. But now we have this data, so we want to render this. Well, we have two things we could do. We could either render it as geometry, just let the render sit through and deal with it, or we can change it into instances and have the 9 pieces stored into disk as file 1, file 2, file 3, and so on and so forth, and then tell Arnold or Mantra to create instances at render time and respect that assignment. The problem with this is that instancing a large amount of data, of small data, is not efficient. Imagine this. Let's say we have a tree of 1 million. We scatter that tree 1,000 times. Okay, we use instances. It's very efficient. But if we take that tree and make 5 leaves, okay, and copy those 5 instances into the tree, so the tree will become one branch but has 500,000 instances. If we take that and instance it 1,000 times, it's going to be super slow and it's going to use more memory. And that's when the efficiency of instancing breaks, is when you instance a large amount of small data. And in this example, what I found from experience, it's much better to actually render the geometry raw as it is. Just make sure that it doesn't have plenty of attributes, and it only contains velocity or transformation or something like that, and it's going to render fine. It's going to be fine even if you have 1 million points, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be still be accessible and renderable. Now with Houdini 18, Arnold and Mantra both supports packed primitives. So with Mantra, rendering this is going to be super easy, and with Arnold as well, it's going to be possible to render packed primitives. The version I was using didn't have a great support for reading all the attributes from packed primitives, so I ended up unpacking them to get randomization between the pieces, but it should work fine now with Mantra or Arnold. I'm not sure about Redshift, but that's something you'd have to explore. And again, for large amount of data, you always have to consider, is it worth instancing a small piece 1,000 times, or is it better to just have one mesh and let Arnold deal with it? And when it comes to Arnold, huge mesh are not an issue at all. It's more when you break the instancing efficiency by instancing small data multiple times. So that's something to consider. Otherwise, there's no problem with this. Everything should work fine, and we should be able to render this without any issues. Okay, thank you guys, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.